I feel compelled to say this, that Black Lives Matter in all areas of injustice. Whether it come from somebody kidnapping and raping and molesting our children, kidnapping and raping and molesting our women, beating and robbing and raping and murdering our elders, mass incarceration, police brutality, black on black crime. Black Lives Matter in all areas of injustice. My areas tend to be prison reform because I can best relate to that after doing 14 years of incarceration and after leaving a lot of good people behind. And after coming in contact with a lot of their family members and their mothers and their grandmothers and their uncles and their fathers and their brothers and their sisters and their wives and their children, I'm compelled to stay in my lane. Although I sympathize with all areas of injustice, and I will give a hand and uh, do what I can do to assist people in other areas. But my lane is prison reform. I don't jump and do backflips every time I hear or see people rallying and protesting and fighting for this cause or fighting for that cause. My cause is my brothers who are incarcerated, who are dying, who are suffering, their family members who are suffering and passing on as they wither away in prison. Black lives matter in all areas. But we get so caught up in the damn hype till we think that because the cameras are there, a mass of people are there, gathered together, that the rest of lives considered black lives don't matter? Are we that foolish? We leave other areas unattended. We throwing water bottles at the police officers. We throwing bricks at the police officers. The police don't charge themselves. The police don't find themselves guilty and convict them of criminal behavior. Judges and prosecutors do. Why are you so angry at the police and not angry at the judge and the prosecutors? If the prosecutors prosecute them and the judges find them guilty and sentence them accordingly, then the rest of the police officers, they would think before they act. No, we're not going to be able to curb all racism in the police force. But some of them will be wise enough to try a different angle if they want to murder or kill or maim a black man or a black woman or a black child. If the prosecutors prosecute and the judges convict. So throw some bottles and some bricks at the prosecutors and the judges for not prosecuting and finding them guilty. Defunding the police. That's cool if that's what you want to do. That don't stop the prosecutor from failing to do their job. That don't stop the judge from failing to do their job. The judges from failing to do their job. They don't stop that, defunding the police. They do what they do because they're allowed to do what they do, because they're not being prosecuted. And if they're prosecuted, they're not being found guilty and convicted. That's a problem. You want to change police brutality? Hold the prosecutors and the judges accountable. One police officer, when they kill a black man or a black woman or a black child, we put so much energy into proving what that officer has done is a criminal act until we lose focus on a lot of other issues. if we put as much attention into the prosecutor who has to prosecute the officers and the judges who have to find them guilty and convict them of the criminal behavior, we may get better results. The same with mass incarceration. The prosecutors and the judge, the police may lock you up, may even rough you up before they lock you up. But when you go when the prosecutor hands down the charges and the judge is sentencing, the charges are maybe enhanced for a crime that wasn't even committed. You may have stole a piece of candy and they give you aggravated robbery charge. And then the judge finds you guilty and give you a sentence to 10 to 40 to life for a piece of damn candy that you stole. The prosecutor and the judges. And locally, we can change the prosecutors and we can change the judges through a local vote. Just voting. Come together, put some of their energy together and get them out. Put the people in that we can depend on. I think we can depend on. A lot of the things that we do, we raise a gang of money to bail people out for going to jail for protesting. What if we use that same money to organize and demonstrate local voting and getting people registered to vote locally? We're not talking about removing the prosecutor or the judges through our vote. We want to throw bottles and bricks and sticks at the police officers. That's good and fine and dandy. That's what you want to do. But when you get tired of throwing bricks and water bottles and sticks and stones, we still got the judges and the prosecutors to deal with. That's all I'm saying. And stop letting white people tell us how to demonstrate. Stop letting them tell you how to demonstrate. They don't see things from your perspective because they don't live your life. They can chant Black Lives Matter all they choose to. I can tell somebody how bad it is to smoke crack. I've never smoked crack, so hell, I don't know what they're going through. Just like white people ain't never lived black lives. So they don't know what the hell we going through. You have to be wiser in it. It's 2020, man. And we still running around here shouting and screaming for attention because a damn camera is present. Do we realize how provoking a situation and not really addressing it can cause damage to people who may not be able to protect themselves, like our elders and our children and single mothers and handicapped people that are black? Do you realize that you have to go to the hospital and the doctors and have medicine administered to you from them? So now when they get rid of their badges and their gun, what area do they go into? Do you think they stop being racist because they quit the police force? Do you think that the police stop being racist because they quit the damn police force? No. They find another goddamn way to do what they want to do. And we're not addressing the issue accordingly. We're talking violence, pumping our fists, displaying our guns, and then throw a damn brick through a window or a water bottle at the police. Think about our elders who are home by themselves, who are children who are outside playing, who are young people who are driving down the street at night. We provoke a situation that we're not really ready to address. And that's very dangerous. White people have been killing for years. It's in their blood. It's in their blood. That's why so many violent sports, football, boxing, hockey. It's just what they do. Been doing it for years. They are of their father. They're not going to stop killing. They're good at it. So what are you going to do? No, all black, white people don't want to see black people abused and murdered and raped and robbed. And I'm not saying that. But neither do white people want to give up their white privilege to see you with some black privilege. They're not going to give up their place for you or me or us. Although they will assist us in trying to get some freedom and some justice and some equality. But if it means them not having it, then you'll see a difference in them. I have a lot of white people that I associate with, and I'm going to continue to associate with because we have an agenda that we want to see addressed. A lot of people that I deal with is prison reform, criminal reform, and I'm going to continue to deal with them because we deal in a certain area for a certain reason to get our objectives met. But not one of them will tell you that I'm not ever Kurt Muhammad when I'm around and that I'm dealing with them. I don't need nobody patting me on my back, pretending to be my friend. I don't need that. Maybe you do. I don't feel uncomfortable talking about black history around white people. I don't feel uncomfortable telling them who their ancestors are. I don't feel uncomfortable expressing the pain of my people to them. I don't feel uncomfortable at all. Because I'm not looking to be accepted by them and no one else, as far as that matter, other than God. We got to do better, family. We got to do better if we get so caught up on one issue when there's so many issues dealing with black people in the wilderness of North America. And we just got to come to grips with that. And we got to address that in ourselves as individuals. Black lives should matter, starting with black life as individuals. Stop going to the liquor stores, getting alcohol, destroying your liver. Stop going to their stores, getting their cigarettes, destroying your lungs. Stop smoking their dope. Stop selling their dope. Stop eating all manner of foods that they produce that shortens our life span. If Black Lives Matter, start with black life. Your life, my life, as an individual. If black life really matters.